Tom Holland and Zendaya are engaged, and everyone is so excited for this gorgeous couple. The news kind of broke at the Golden Globes the other night because people spotted a very big rock on Zendaya's finger. As you can see here, she looks amazing as usual. She was wearing this gorgeous strapless gown. And as she was posing, people couldn't help but notice this ring on a very particular finger. Now, prior to this, there was no news that had broke out saying that they were engaged. They didn't make an announcement. But after everyone saw this, of course, it was confirmed, TMZ confirmed it, that they are in fact engaged. Their relationship was rumored to start back in 2016, 2017, but it wasn't really confirmed until a little bit later that they were actually a couple. Like you can see in all these photos, because at this point they had already starred together in the Spider-Man movies and they were already friends and they already had a great rapport in all the interviews. Everyone loved them. But it was finally confirmed that they were together in July 2021, and they confirmed their relationship on the red carpet, and they kiss, and it's public. But what I want to talk about today is why I think their relationship is such a white pill. I am very hopeful for Gen Z and for the future generations because we're seeing a bit of a cultural shift here in the kinds of couples that people celebrate and that people love to see. If you think back to sort of the millennial Hollywood couples that we loved to watch, they were pretty dysfunctional, like Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake. A lot of these celebrity couples were just kind of doomed from the start. There was a lot of drama. There was a lot of public spectacles, and it just was not a very healthy thing to witness. But I'm very hopeful for the future that Tom and Zendaya's relationship is such an exciting thing to see, not only for us, but for the younger generations too, because it indicates that people are more willing to celebrate and to enjoy seeing healthy relationships. Because everything that we've seen so far, we obviously don't know everything that happens behind closed doors, but everything that we've seen so far about Tom and Zendaya indicates a very healthy relationship. It seems that they're very intentional about keeping their relationship fairly private. Tom Holland has announced before that he doesn't go with Zendaya to every one of her red carpet events and every one of her movie debuts because he wants it to be her time to shine. He's very respectful of her career. He's always admired her before they were even together. There's even a video of him admitting that she was his number one celebrity crush.
What was your first ever celebrity crush?
Zendaya. Oh, no, it wasn't Zendaya. No, my first ever celebrity crush growing up was probably Jennifer Aniston.
Zendaya, easy.
Tom has always adored Zendaya. He's always thought that she's beautiful. He's always thought that she's kind.
Anything. There she is, looking beautiful, might I add.
As ever.
As ever. Yeah, absolutely. Very wise. She's like an owl. She's like a wise owl.
One of the most special parts of all of this is the fact that I got to meet Tom Holland. That's hard. You have so many great qualities.
Yours is that you're super pretty.
Wow, thank you.
No, yours is your kindness, I'd say, is your best quality. You're a very kind person.
I would say yours is your selflessness. You're always thinking about others.
Okay. And she's pretty.
And you're pretty, you know.
I mean, come on. That was before they were even together. They're so cute. They're so sweet. They've always had a very healthy friendship first, and they have a lot of respect for one another. And I think this is such a white pill. It's really nice to see a celebrity couple that is celebrated and elevated in the headlines. Everyone's talking about them on social media, and they obviously have a very functional relationship, which is not what we're used to seeing in Hollywood. Think about all the couples, even back to like Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie, all of these viral clips and viral moments of the last 20 something years that came from Hollywood of all these couples. Most of them are pretty dysfunctional. And then you see like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez get back together after 20 years and then they get divorced again and it's messy. They seem to just like despise being together. It's nice to see a young, healthy couple. It reminds me a little bit of Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi. They got married young. They're adorable. They obviously had a healthy relationship from the beginning. And I think the fact that we love seeing this on a grand scale means that there is something different happening in our culture. And as much as we hate to admit it, whatever is happening in Hollywood and whatever is very popular in Hollywood indicates what's happening in the rest of society. It really is a sort of reflection of our values. I wouldn't say Hollywood sets the values and sets the morals. I would argue more that it's downstream from whatever our current morals are in our society. And yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff and degenerate stuff that still goes on in Hollywood, obviously. But the fact that we're seeing a lot more of these young couples come out that are put on a pedestal, for lack of a better term, is a good sign. It means that our culture is more willing to accept and elevate these healthy relationships. Zendaya is one of the few child stars. Remember, she was like one of the Disney kids. She's one of the few child stars that grew up to have a normal, seemingly healthy life. She hasn't been in and out of rehab. She hasn't struggled with addiction. She hasn't found herself doing like really degenerate things in public. And I think it's really sweet that Tom is so protective of her. And we've seen that in different scenarios.
Pull back. Give us some room. Tom, watch out. No, it's okay, Tom. Hey, guys.
He's very protective of her. And I think it was actually really cute how he's pulling her away because the mob is swarming her. And we all know that the paparazzi and a lot of fans, they can cause a lot of issues with the most famous celebrities. And it can be a tough thing to witness if you're the boyfriend or a husband of somebody famous. And so he goes on, he's like, hey guys, back up. Hold on a second. He removes her from that chaotic situation. The cutest thing is how she's like, it's okay, Tom. It's okay. She doesn't get frustrated. She appreciates the fact that he steps in to protect her. And I think that is such a sweet thing. It's very gentlemanly. It's very chivalrous. And I think the whole thing is quite wholesome. Okay, so let's go over the relationship timeline again really quick. So remember we said in 2021 is when they officially came out as a couple, but they were rumored before that to be together. And then there was one point between 2019 to 2020 where they were allegedly in different relationships. But July 2021 is when those kissing photos went viral. Okay, so they had reunited on the set of Spider-Man No Way Home in early 2021, and looked like they went out and they maybe had a date and they were seen smooching in the car. Everyone was freaking out because it was like the Super Bowl of Hollywood relationships, because so many people had seen their chemistry for such a long time. These photos are so cute. And I think this detail is interesting. Many fans wonder why it took them so long to get together. And one reason could be that Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal told them not to date, because all the millennials out there, you may remember that Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, they were dating after the 2002 version of Spider-Man, the very first, like the big Spider-Man that came out, only for them to break up and make filming the next two films very awkward. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? And the same thing happened with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. They were told not to date, but they ended up together after filming The Amazing Spider-Man in 2011, and they didn't take her advice, and they eventually broke up in 2015. So there's something about the Spider-Man set, there's something in the Spider-Man water that makes these couples get together. But I think that Tom Holland and Zendaya are in it for the long run, because unlike Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Andrew Garfield, and Emma Stone, they're engaged now. I don't think neither of those couples were engaged. So I do think that Tom and Zendaya are going to make it all the way to the end. I hope so. So in fall, winter 2021, they make it sort of like official on Instagram, right? And this is when Tom posts that iconic picture of him, looks like in the dressing room or whatever wardrobe set, where Zendaya is taking the photo of the two of them together. There was no caption. It was just the first time that they had posted something officially as a couple. And this is one of those famous photos of the couple that everybody loves to reference because it's adorable. And then in an interview with GQ, Tom said, I've always been really adamant to keep my private life private because I share so much of my life with the world anyway. He continued, we sort of felt robbed of our privacy. I don't think it's about not being ready. It's just that we didn't want to talk about it. And then Zendaya also added something similar. She said, the equal sentiment we both share is just that when you really love and care about somebody, some moments or things you wish were your own. I think loving someone is a sacred thing and a special thing and something that you want to deal with and go through and experience and enjoy amongst the two people that love each other. And remember in that previous interview clip, Tom said that Zendaya is very wise. That is a wise thing to say for someone who is as old as Zendaya and Tom Holland are. They seem to have a good head on their shoulders and they really value the privacy in their relationship. And I think that's healthy because, again, all these past couples that we've seen, they don't understand the value of privacy. Hello, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. You got to publicize every part of your relationship. And who knows if it's only for the PR, just to grow your name and your brand, or if it's because they just think it's the right thing to do. But there's something here happening that's very healthy. Then between 2020 and 2024, they just continued their respective careers. They were juggling blockbuster projects, going in so many different TV shows and movies. Now, we know that Zendaya was in the Dune movies, but she really sort of broke out as, was known as a serious actress when she was in Euphoria, that series on HBO, in 2022. That's when she first appeared in it. And since then, over the last 4 years, they've just been supporting each other in various roles. And that takes us to today, 2025, officially engaged. They confirmed their engagement after everyone saw Zendaya at the Golden Globes. She subtly debuted her engagement ring, a stunning 5.02 carat diamond designed by Jessica McCormick at the 2025 Golden Globes. Look at that. A woman in love. That ring is beautiful. And I always thought this was sweet. This is a recent interview with Tom. He says, when I have kids, you will not see me in movies anymore, golf and dad, and I will just disappear off the face of the earth. Now, don't forget, this is coming at a really interesting time in our culture when we're also seeing a lot of creators on TikTok, a lot of influencers talk about the dangers of hookup culture. And I think that the loyalty and the privacy and the commitment that we've seen between celebrities like Zendaya and Tom, Millie Bobby Brown, Jake Bon Jovi is indicative that more and more of this younger generation is turning away from this empty hookup culture, from just sleeping around, dating as many people as possible. And we're sort of romanticizing true love and marriage once again, which I think is good for society. I think it's a good thing to teach people that marriage, when you marry the right person, is a beautiful thing. It's not only good for you and your health and your wealth, but it's also good for society. And I think it's very interesting that you're seeing so many more of these TikTokers, young Gen Zers, early 20s, coming out and being like, hey, ladies, you know what? Hookup culture doesn't benefit us at all. It only benefits the men. And there's really nothing good about it for us.
You are lying to yourself about hookup culture. Casually hooking up and getting into situationships that don't go anywhere is unfortunately so toxic to you as a woman. But society has made you believe it's okay. It doesn't really matter. This is why it matters. Number one, giving up your body adds to another layer of pain that's inevitably going to come when this man does not commit to you. Number two, you're giving yourself up to a man who has his own history, who might operate it from his own wounded places, who might create more insecurities for you, who probably has his own erotic thoughts and desires that might not even align to yours.
Casual sex is the same thing as fast food. It's cheap, it's readily available, it's fill, especially when you're drunk. You're like, you know what? I could definitely go for some McDonald's right now. I had it a few weeks ago and I remember it being great. Then you get it and you're just like, this definitely looked better in the picture. And I remember this being a lot more satisfying last time. The next morning you wake up and there's just wrappers all over your bed and you're like, I need to throw these out immediately. Your whole apartment stinks like a fryer. You're like, it's not clean. I need to Febreze away the sin. And you're just left sitting there like, damn, my body feels weird. Definitely can't have that every day. That would not be healthy for me. Like once in a while, everybody around you is like, sick, you treated yourself to some McDonald's last night. But then if you do it too much or do it past a certain age, people are like, you're still doing that every day. Really? Okay, that's cool. So anyways, I'm on my way to McDonald's right now.
Okay, these are young, beautiful women who are in their 20s who are encouraging their followers to stop hooking up randomly with men. I love this. I love this character arc for Gen Z. I've talked about this before on my channel. I think it's a very, very good thing. And as a married mom who hit the wall this year. But seriously, as a married mom, I love to see younger women prioritize their health and their well-being and their wellness, because there's nothing good about randomly hooking up with dudes for you. So you look at all these moving pieces, and then you look at these couples in Hollywood that are headline news. Everyone's talking about them. Everyone loves them. There is a shift happening. There is something different happening here, and I think it's a very good thing. And I think the more that we shed light on these healthy couples who are in the limelight, who are famous, the more likely we'll see this trickle down and influence these younger people, teenagers, guys and girls in their early 20s. I think it's going to help influence them, to help them realize they're making the right choices when they are prioritizing finding somebody to commit to, committed love, not just giving your body away for free, looking for long-term relationships, looking for someone who wants to get married and eventually have a family one day. I'm not saying that everyone needs to get married at 22 and have kids right away. Not at all. It's more important who you marry than when you marry. But what I am saying is that it's much better for you and your health and for society if we all think about committed love rather than just giving our body away for free. So we stand Tom Holland and Zendaya on this channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you love this couple? couple as much as I do? And are there any other celebrity couples that you think are very healthy and that are setting a good example? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Share the video if you liked it, and we'll see you on the next one.